Hello, people. Jerry speaking. Welcome to CrazyBunch's WebShow episode number 79. Today I'll be doing not one, not two, but 5 dev topics today. And then we'll be doing one fun fact in the week, and then we'll be done for the day. So here we go. And before I do, I'm going to come right back with you right after I eat my dinner. Stand by. Anyways, I'm back, folks. Just got back from eating my chili for dinner tonight, and I'm already full from eating my food from dinner tonight. So let's go ahead and get the dev topics out of the way right now. Let's get, shall we? See what we got for us. Come on, stop itching. Jesus. Anyway, John Addison was best known as John Anthony Addison, born I can't pronounce his last name, sorry. It's better known as Greek I cannot pronounce his name, sorry. Anyway, born July 24th, 1933 to November 11th, 2022, was a Greek-born American actor who played Victor, I can't pronounce his name, I can't pronounce his last name, sorry. Okay, whatever it was. Anyway, on the NBC daytime drama series, Days of Our Lives, which was originated in July of 1985 and playing continually for 47 years until his death in 2022. For the role, he earned him a Daytime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in the Drama Series, in 2017, and we received a Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2022. He is a father of actress Jennifer Aniston. He was born in China, I haven't pronounced his name, sorry, on the island of Trinity, Greece on July 24th, 1933. The Stella Joan Corey in 1899 to 1992. And Anatolius, I can't pronounce his name, sorry. 1889 to 1965, okay? Again, excuse my, just getting things in my stomach. Anyway, the family left Korea for the United States when Addison was 2 years old. His father insinuated to the family's names on arriving in America. The family settled to Chester, Pennsylvania when they're operating a restaurant. Wow. Addison graduated from Philadelphia State University with a bachelor's degree in theater arts, While in Penn State, he became a member of the Alpha Chi Rho, I can't pronounce it, fraternity, After college, he served in the United States Navy as a SOH, I can't pronounce his name, sorry. I gotta stop itching. Anyway, whatever that was. Anyway, SOH officer, on the active duty in Panama and later in the reserve, attaining the rank of lieutenant commander, Addison began his acting career in 1962 in A7 impersonate as Officer 1, in the episode called New Man in the Prison, He began appearing in the soap operas regular since 1970. Wow. Since he first joined Days of Our Lives, a character named Eric Richards in 1975, he joined the cast in Last Love of Life as I can't pronounce his last name, sorry. Otherwise, I haven't pronounced it. Anyway, sorry. Appearing from 1976. He played Maury Stewart's new love interest, Martin Terminator, on Search for Jamal from 1980 until April 1984. He's returned to the cast of Days of Our Lives a second time, but this time as Victor I can't pronounce it, in July of 1985, and continued to play that role until his death. He was nominated for the 2017 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for his performance, okay? In April of 2022, it was announced that Addison will receive a Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award at the 49th Annual Daytime Creative Arts and Lifestyle Emmy Awards on June 18th. Wow. Addison also played in small roles in the television series Airwolf, Season 2 episode Short Walk to Freedom. Gilmore Girls on as Douglas Schwab in the 2002 episode The Deep Fried Korean Thanksgiving. West Wing as Alexander Thompson in the episodes Game On and Dippay Camp in both in 2002. And the first IMF cap in the 1969 Mission Impossible episode, Time Bomb, excuse me. He was also made a guest appearance on Combat 1964, My Big Fat Greek Life in 2002, Star Trek Vlogger in 2001, American Dreams with Days co-star Francis Reed, Juryman, Madman, okay? He had a daughter, Jennifer Atkinson, born in 1969, with his first wife, Nancy Dahl, and his son, Alexander, with his second wife, Sherry Roney, who may have met co-starring on Love of Life, okay? His daughter Jennifer's godfather was Telly DeSavage, one of his best friends. He died on November 11, 2022. He was 89 years old. My next death topic has to do with Bud Freeman, okay? Excuse me. Born Grissom Martin Freeman. He was known professionally as Bud Freeman, who is an American actor and comedian, okay? He also as well as founder and official professor of an MEC of the Impression Comedy Club, which opened in 1963 on West 44th Street, okay, near the SC corner of 9th Avenue, in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of Manhattan. He was instrumental in the launching comedy careers of Rodney Dangerfield, anyway, mispronounced the last name as well. Anyway, sorry. Richard, Lewis, Robert, Klein, Jay Leno, Albert A. Kaufman, Prince, like that. Steve Lansberg, Jimmy Walker, and for the brief time, Madge Bay Minor, in the early stages of his career. Wow, her career, excuse me. Wow. Anyway, it was Freeman help and guidance that Mrs. Scott Miller first appeared on Tonight Show. He's also an actor and producer, okay? Freeman has also approved clubs and other locations, including Persian Resorts and Casino in Temecula, California, March 23rd, 2007. Los Angeles in 1975. In the Fantasy Springs Resorts and Casino in California. He was born on June 6, 1932 in Norwich, Connecticut. He was served in the infantry in the United States Army during the Korean War. He was warned by the enemy granted on the first day of action in the summer of 1953, while his unit was assaulting Port Chop Hill. He was awarded with the Purple Heart and with the Combat Infantry Badge, CIB. The Christ Peaceburger was into effect, okay, while he's still recovering in the hospital. Now, he's in several filmography movies, including National Lampoon's Funny Movie 2003 as announcer, Man in the Moon 1999, Star 8 in 1983, and The Evening and Pool in 1982 as an actor and as a host. Anyway, and a producer, executive producer on 2 movies. For National Lampoon's Funny Money in 2003 and even improved in 1982. Personal life and death. I'm not going to go with the awards right now. But anyway. Freeman married Alex Freeman at the time of the name Alex Mark, okay? In 1981, he remained with her for the closest number of years. They have 4 children named Zoe, Beth, Ross, and Dax. Freeman died in Los Angeles on November 12, 2022 from a heart failure. He was 9 years old. My next death topic has to do with Steve Weber, okay? He was an American baseball player and coach. He would play college baseball at Southern Illinois University, participated in the 1969 College World Series. He was a head coach in University of Georgia from 1981 to 1996. If you watch this, David. Anyway, leading the team in the national title in 1990. He later served as assistant coach for several minor league teams. Weber was held May Marks in a position of Iowa high school baseball. On June 13, 1966, he struck on 23 batters from Burn High School in the 7-8 game against WACO High School. In that session, he struck out 222 batters. Not best in Ohio high school baseball history. Pitched with the ERA 0.50, 0.51 in 95 innings, tied with 18 of all time in Iowa. He was been coach player since as follows: Georgia Southern University from 1974 to 1975, University as a pitching coach, 1976 to 1980, University of Florida as pitching coach, 1981 and 1996, University of Georgia head coach. 1997-1998, Detroit Yankees, pitching coach and area scout. 1999, Green Ball Bats, pitching coach. 2000 to 2002, GCL Yankees, pitching coach. 2000 to 2003. If you watch this, some of you guys in New York, if Eric Lemus watches this and Davis watches, you guys are going to hate me for this. New York Yankees, coordinator, instruction. Anyway, 2004, 2005, front wing Wizards, pitching coach. 2006, 2007, Lake Illinois Storm, pitching coach. 2007, 2009, San Antonio Missions, pitching coach. 2010, Portland Beavers, pitching coach. 2001, 2011, 2012, Boston Pirates, pitching coach. 2014, Oklahoma City Whitehawks, pitching coach. And finally, if you're seeing this, David, it's for you, buddy. 2016, one of my absolute worst years ever, Atlanta Braves, pitching consultant. He died in his home in Atlanta, Georgia, on November 12, 2022. He was 74 years old. My next step topic has to do with Veronica Hearst. Born Veronica, originally known as Veronica Patricia Hearst. Born Patricia Wimshurst, okay? She was a British film, stage, and television actress. Hearst was born, married to Bob in Victoria, London. Born on November 11, 1931 in Milana. Anyway, Hearst was awarded with the Royal Honor Scholarship WADA, RADA, something I don't know, and made her film debut as Joel Webb in Laughter in Paradise in 1951. Anyway, with director Mario Zampi, described her as one of the greatest financial screen stars I have ever seen. The film featured Alistair Sibb, okay, Faye Compton, and Guy Milton. She was the Associated British Picture Corporation for 7 years. Wow. In 1952, she appeared in critically acclaimed Britain, okay, film Angels on 1-5, directed by George Moore O'Farrell, and starring alongside Jack Hawkins and John Gregson. Okay, in one of the most popular roles as Kitty Murray in The Maze in 1953, she was on Island and to Island Artists. The Maze was one based on the novel by Murray Sandals. Okay, directed by William Carrion Mendez. See something else. Anyway, Hearst February 21 co-starred with Richard Carlson with it. They were supposed to be supported by Hurley Brooke and Lillian Bond, among others. It came to be outer space. The Maze was a cult film and helped introduce it to 3D film to film audiences. Wow. Now, film began when our artists retained Hearst for the second film, The Royal African Maltese in 1953. Our second American feature was directed by Leslie Sealander and had a screenplay by Daniel Allman. Okay. She played the daughter of the trader who assists in smuggling German arms to British East Africa during World War One. Some of her other film credits include The Old Baloo in 1953, Way Gentleman in 1953, the same year. Anyway, Bang You're Dead in 1954, Don't Bang the Stork in the same year. Anyway, The Gilded Cage in 1955, Peppy Tom in 1960, Dead Man's Evidence in 1962, Live It Up in 1963, License to Kill in 1965, and The Boy Cried Murder in the same year. In television, she appeared in 15 films in the 1950s and 1960s. By the early 60s, she began and flagrantly in both British and American television series. She had the roles in The Pursuers in 1961, Public Eye in 1966, The Bar in 1967, excuse me, I misspoke, anyway, Man in a Suitcase in 1968, Detectives in 1968, same year anyway, Margaret High Lane in 1967, I heard background noise, anyway, Troubleshooters in 1969, Fly Squad in 1970, Pursuers in 1971, Dixon of Doc Green from 1968 to 1971, The Flaxen Boys in 1971, and Gerald Hospital from 1972 to 1975. There's a lot of things going on with these other things that have been going on in her list. She passed away on November 15th, 2022, just 4 days before her 91st birthday. Her last screen appearance was an interview with Talking Pictures TV that year. She was left in a tribute after programming announcing her death. Wow. I am so sorry, folks. I have some difficulties from my end, and all of a sudden I heard just no respond, quit automatically, let's just try again. And say 91st birthday, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, I heard no response whatsoever. It came out of nowhere. But anyway, let's continue on. My last step topic has to do with this wonderful guy I've seen as a kid. You may recognize him from the PBS NewsHour when I was a kid, and he was been my childhood growing up. From being part of a being part of a let's just say NewsHour contributor for a long time, and he has been doing. And he and Mark Shields in 2013, I talking about this and back in 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time before Billy told me about this, and believe it or not, I just saw the power outage during my 18th birthday. It's like, oh, and Jerry Brown's like, whoop, we forgot the lights in studio and things like that. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Michael Gerson, okay? Born Michael John Gerson, okay? He was an American journalist and speechwriter, okay? He was an opera columnist with the Washington Post, policy fellow for one campaign, a visiting fellow for the Center for Public Justice, a senior fellow for the Constitutional Foreign Relations, and he serves for President George W. Bush's key speechwriter from 2001 until June 2006. And the senior public advisory from 2000 until 2006 of June. He was a member of the White House Iraq group, okay? He also wrote the initial address in the second administration, I can't pronounce it, of George W. Bush, which called for the neo-conservative invasion and native building around the world and the effect the spread and strategy to third world countries. In 2018, Garrison commentator A.B. Holmes calls it in principle, okay? Apparently conservative on a talk show that ran for 8 episodes on PBS. He was born May 15th, 1954. Melbourne, New Jersey. Raised I can't pronounce it. Christian family, wow. In St. Louis, Missouri. And he attended Westmeyer Christian Academy for high school. His primary grandfather was Jewish. He attended Georgetown University for a year and transferred to Western College in Illinois. Graduated in 1986. Wow. Before joining the Bush administration, he was a senior policy advisor for Heritage Foundation. Wow. A conservative public policy research institution. He also worked for the various times as an aide for the India Senator that something like that. Excuse me. Anyway, as a speechwriter for the principal campaign of Bob Dole, before briefly leaving the presidential world to cover the journalist for the U.S. News and World Report. Okay. He also worked at one point as a ghostwriter for Charles Golson. In early 1999, Carl Grohl, okay, resurrected Garrison for the Bush campaign, okay? He also named by Time as one of the 25 most official investigations in America. In February 2005, the issue listed Garrison as the 9th most official investigation that year. Wow. Speechwriter, okay? He also joined the Bush campaign for 2000 speechwriter. Wow. Went on to head the White House speechwriting team. Wow. No one doubts that he did his job especially well, wrote Ramesh Ponnell in the 2007 article, and otherwise very good claim of Garrison in the National Review. According to Purdue, okay, Bush speechwriters had more prominence, something like that, in the administration that their predecessors did under the previous presidents, because Bush speeches did mark most of this work, okay? And defend the president's policies. Done. His administration spokesman and press conference did not. Yes. And on the other hand, he wrote the speeches that would announce that new policies will never implement. Wow. Making the speech writing in some ways less influential than ever. Wow. On June 14th, 2006, he was announced that Garrison was leaving the White House to pursue other writing and policy work. He will be replaced by his Bush chief speechwriter by Wall Street Journal chief editor William McGurn. Lines attributed to Garrison. He proposed the use of a smoking gun and mushroom cloud. Wow. Mixed measure during the September 5th, 2002 meeting of the White House Iraq Group. An effort that to sell the American public the nuclear dangers posed by Saddam Hussein, like that. According to Newsweek columnist Michael Stoff, something like that, anyway. The original plan is to have to put place in the upcoming presidential speech, but WHIG members investigated that it was so much that we went in the Times report contacted the White House to talk their upcoming plays about onion tubes, okay? One of them lead Gerson's praises, and the administration will have soon be maximum to use it a bit. Wow. Gerson says one of his favorite speeches was given in the National Consul of September 14th, 2001, a few days after the September 11 attacks, which introduced the following passage said this: grief and tragedy and hatred are the only for a time. Goodness, remembrance, and the love that have no end. Okay? And the Lord of life holds of one who die and all who mourn. Exactly, Gerson. Anyway, Gerson was credited to coining such phrases as salt balls well explanations. Okay? Explanations, anyway. And the armies of compassion, okay? His more noteworthy phrases for Bush are said to include axes of evil. Wow. A phrase adopted for axes of hatred. Wow. Itself suggested by speechwriter David Fromm, but deemed too mild. Wow. Criticism of Gerson as a speechwriter. Anyway, an article by Matthew Shirley, okay, one of Bush's speechwriters. Wow. Published in the Atlantic in September 2007. Gerson is criticized as seeking the limelight, okay? Taking no credit to other people's work for creating a false image of himself. Yes. For no good deed was reported, okay? Many things that never happened, which was reported. In fact, for all the other our chief speechwriters find qualities, the firm affirms that to factory narrative is not a strong point. Okay? And a personal note, an invention that of the phrase axes is evil, excuse me, so anyway. Scully claims that the phrase axis of hatred was coined by David Fromm and forwarded to colleagues by email. A war of hatred, there was colleague changed to evil. Wow. By someone at Gerson is done by because hatred seemed to be more moderate word at the time. Wow. Scully also had to say this about Gerson. The most vivid memory of Mike at Starbucks is one I've labored in the van to shake. Okay? We were working on the State of Union address in John McCall's office when suddenly Mike was called away to an unexpected appointment, leaving us to keep going. We learned only later, but chance for conversation with Secretary we have gone. It was a piece of Washington self-production for the ages. And the precise moment when the State Union address is to be drafted in the White House by John and me, Michael's off at the Washington, D.C. Starbucks store. Pretend to draft craft and the State of Union wrong hand at the benefit of the reporter. Washington Post columnist, okay? After leaving the White House, Gerson wrote for Newsweek magazine for the time. They are May 16, 2007. Gerson began his tenure as a twice-weekly columnist from the Washington Post. His columns appear on Wednesdays and Fridays. Gerson is a new conservative, something like that, repeatedly criticized other conservative for his column and conservative, if I pronounce it, returning the later favor. One of Gerson's first columns was entitled Let Fear Roll, okay? Roll, something like that. Anyway, so, excuse me, so, anyway. In which he compared spectating, something like that, President Bush administration's return bill, the natives, okay? Okay, I pronounced that word, in the 1880s. Wow. In October 2017, something like that, Gerson referred to President Donald Trump's financial high office. And that's leveraged by psychological colleagues like that. And Murray plans to be president. Okay? It could be a fitness because permanent damage to the country. He decided that league rise and will help coming within the administration. They revealed President Ragey among against enemies, obsessed by slight, deeply informed into and curious, enabled to focus and subject to destructive whims. In August 2019, Gerson wrote that it was a scandal that white residential percentages, okay, are not in a state of panic about what their old demographic will decline in the United States. Okay, sorry everyone, I just misspoke these words. Sorry. Anyway, his personal life. His wife Dawn was born in South Korea. She was adopted in the American family when she was 6 years old and raised in her Western United States. The couple met in high school, had 2 sons, and resided in North Virginia. Health and death. Gerson suffered major depression and disorder, in which she was hospitalized at least once. He was diagnosed with kidney cancer in 2013, the year I graduated from high school. Wow. He died of the disease in the hospital in Washington, D.C. on November 17th, 2022. He was 58 years old. Now we're going to do a moment of silence reflection in regards to these 5 following people right now. Thank you. Rest in peace to these 5 people I mentioned. Now, before I begin Fun Facts of the Week, I want to talk to you about something. Speaking of President Trump. Now, in 2024 election, they're going to come out with a presidential debate on President Trump to come out with the President Trump to another president. I don't know what happened. It's just stupid. I don't what's going on next. But, that'll be another topic we're going to do in next week. But that's just me. Anyway, I got one more, and I have fun fact of the week today, and I'll be done with this episode. Anyway, Surreal, my motto was 70 years old this week, and he was a original career of Super Mario, along with Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, and Star Fox, and Pac-Man. He was a Japanese video game designer, producer, game director, and game director at Nintendo. Anyway, it was served as one of the respective directors. Wow. Widely regarded as one of the most accomplished and official designers in the history of video games. It was a career best known for the acclaimed best-selling game franchise of all time. Wow, including Mario, Legend, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Star Fox, and Pac-Man. Born in Japan in 1952, this upcoming week, this past week. Anyway, my motto, which I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry, graduated from Kawanza's Mayabe's College of Industrial Arts. He originally saw a career in martial arts until developed an interest in video games. Okay, which is helping his father. He joined Nintendo in 1977. After President Hirohito Yamauchi with his toys. Wow. He helped create for the arcade game Sheriff. and was later tasked to design a new arcade game, leading the 1981 game Donkey Kong. His platform game Super Mario Bros. In 1985, and the action-adventure game The Legend of Zelda in 1986 helped the Nintendo Entertainment System dominate the console game market. His games have been flagship on every Nintendo video game console, everywhere, including the Wii, the GameCube, the Super NES, the 64, and now the Switch. And I'm not talking about the Wii U, but that's just me. But anyway, for the arcade machines of the late 70s to the present day, he managed to Nintendo's Entertainment and then was the development software division. Anyway, would develop many Nintendo games. He played an important role in the creation of influential games such as some stupid Pokemon Red and Blue and Metroid Prime. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway, Metroid Prime makes sense. Anyway, following the death of Nintendo President Shigeru Iwata in July 2015, he became an acting president of alongside General Takeda. Until he was formally appointed to create fellow a few months later. Now today we have the trailer's been announced for next month. So, and for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So yeah, it's gonna be huge and big time. So it's about to be huge big. So there you go, folks. So Shigeru Miyamoto, happy birthday to you. And yeah, that's our fun facts of the week for today. November 19th, 2022, and that was the Crazy Bunch's web show episode number 79. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be episode 8 of the Crazy Bunch's web show. This will be our last Crazy Bunch web show episodes for the month of November, and this is gonna be the last one for Saturdays, unfortunately, because after December 4th, we're moving it to the Sundays now, because I'm thinking about switching over to the week of which is going to be Crazy Bunch's web show on Sundays instead of Saturdays, which I normally do. The weekends, because I'm more focused, The weekend is the 2nd for the 4th, because switch to Sundays, because that way more easier for me to focus on Crazy Bunch's web show and something else. That way more easier for me to do it. So there you go. Till next time, Sue Jarvis and Bob is a baby. Good more Crazy Bunch web shows episodes guys pursue. Till it's out. See ya.